What is going on, guys? This is Winston at Squats and Carbs on Instagram, and today we're going to be discussing the Self Liftoff. So when given the option, most of us prefer to use an actual liftoff or a handoff, as it artificially brings that bar closer to the position that you're ready to be pressing from. However, if you're like most of us, it's very inconvenient to get a liftoff or a handoff on every single set. So therefore, it's a very important skill to learn how to self-unrack. The key to understanding the self-unrack is also understanding the minimal unrack. This minimal unrack can be achieved by having the shoulder blades as close to being directly under the barbell as possible. You want to be careful about being too close, however, because you don't want to hit the rack as you're starting to press back up. So as close as possible without hitting the rack on the press. As we discussed, the minimal unrack can be achieved by having that shoulder blade position directly under the bar. So for most of you, this means sliding back on the bench a little more than you're currently doing. If you're benching on a commercial gym bench, this can very well mean that a quarter or even half of your head is off of the bench. As long as your traps and neck remain on that bench, you are going to be okay. If you're on a powerlifting bench, you should be good already with your head position, as the top of the powerlifting bench tends to be a little bit longer. So the next time you're watching your favorite lifter unrack the bar, notice how close they are to the actual unrack, how their shoulder blades are nearly directly under the bar, and how little that bar moves both horizontally and vertically to get into the right position. So to actually apply this, you first need to find a bench where the unracks look like a J rather than a V. Adjust to the proper rack height. Then you need to roll the bar onto the furthest point of that unrack so that it's an inch away from falling off of the rack. Next, lie onto the bench with your shoulder blades as close to directly under the barbell as possible. Set your arch. Dig your feet into the ground. Now use that tension you built in your legs and in your arch and seesaw or bridge all of that weight onto your neck and traps. This will feel as if the bar is ready to pop out of the rack. And by driving even further back and extending your elbows that last inch, the bar will come out just a little bit, but that little bit will be enough clearance to be in position to start the bench press. Now this is how you minimally self-unrack while keeping all the tension in your shoulder blades and not waste energy prior to pressing.